So hi friends, in this video we will see how we can implement cache inside an ionic application. We will save the data inside cache for any particular duration. Let's say if we store the cache inside ionic app for 10 seconds, it will remains for 10 seconds, it will expire after 10 seconds. So to achieve this, how we can use this, let's see. So we have to implement a plugin. We have to add a plugin here inside any application, and that plugin is this. You can see ionic cache, and let's go to the GitHub page here by clicking this, and you have to run this command. This command. Please note this command will be used to install the plugin inside the application. So I already add this plugin. So let's check how we can use this inside the application, inside the code. So after installing that plugin, just I go to app module.ts file, and we have to import three things here, like drivers from @ ionic slash storage, and ionic storage module from @ ionic slash storage angular, and we have to import cache module from ionic cache. So these three things are important to import, and after this we have to uh, mention inside imports array. So we already are done this. So you can see ionic storage module for root, and we have to pass two properties here, like name and driver order. In name we can pass any name, and driver order is this driver orders dot indexdb and drivers dot local storage. Basically this is used to implement the cache inside the by using this we can implement the cache. So this is the main thing you have to import inside add inside imports array, and other things is cache module for root. So these two things should be must inside imports array. So this is done from app module.ts file. Everything is done inside app module.ts file. So now let's check how we can implement this for storing and getting the data from the cache. So now let's go to a page. I already implemented local backup.page.ts file. So you can see I already imported here import cache service from ionic cache, and I also mentioned inside constructor, and we have four properties here. TTL is basically duration in second. For the maximum time the cache will be maintained inside the application, like we mentioned 10 seconds, then the cache storage which is only for 10 seconds. And there is a key. By using this key we store the data inside cache, and this key will be used to retrieve the data later after the saving. And data is the actual data we have to store, and message is basically I used here to show that the message to the user that your data will be expired in this second, 10 second, 9 second, 8 second, and it will be updated accordingly. So now let's make a method to save item to a cache. To as its name suggests, it's used for storing the data inside the cache. So for using this we have to just write some code here, like first we have to enable the cache, this cache dot enable cache, and we have to mention true or false. For enabling cache absolutely we have to mention true here, and after this we have to set the default TTL, means default duration of the cache storage, and we have to pass this .ttl property which we have already defined above the constructor. We have to construct this is convert this inside integer, because this is a string value, so we have to convert inside integer. So this is the two codes which we have to must write to saving any cache. And now the cache have a save item method where we have to pass key and data, actual key and actual data, and then the response will be arrived, and already saw the alert message of the response. And after getting response, we have to update the message like your data expired in this second. In this second, it should be updated accordingly. To do this, we used set interval method, and it just run every 1 second, and the message will be updated accordingly. Like this, expired in this second accordingly. And once the message data expired, it show the message this dot message is equal to expired. And I just I cleared the interval also with the id, particular interval id. So this is the method to this is the logic to update the message also. So this is the code of saving data inside the cache, and now we have to write the code which I already wrote for getting the cache data. So for getting the cache data, we need the key. By using the key, we can retrieve the data actually. So when this method called, we prompt for enter key. When the user enter the key, we call a method cache dot get item, and in this we have to pass the key, and we get the response as a promise. And I already alert the data, your data is response, and if there is any error message, it will show the error message. So this is the whole code of ts file. And now let's see the stable code, how we can call these methods. So let's go to stable page, and on the top of page there are some inputs. Like this is the first input where user enter the ttl, like cache duration, and here is the user enter the key, and here user can enter the actual data, and here a button to call the save item to cache method, and these data will be stored inside the cache for a particular duration which user mentioned on the input box. So this is the stable for saving the data, and here the message is updated accordingly. What the message is, it will show here, and there is a button to get data from cache. So on this click, that get cache data will be called. So this is the code basically to implement this. So now let's check on the browser.